Hello, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, for clicking on this video, and just vibing with me. I appreciate the support like so much. So what you just saw was me taking notes on an audio that I've heard before. It's called Raising Your Standards by Tony Robbins, and you could hear it on YouTube. It's Tony Robbins, like, it's Tony Robbins. And basically, what this video is going to be about, what compelled me to come home right away, listen to this audio, and take notes, because I've heard it a couple of times and it's resonated with me before, but I didn't take the time to really, look at my life and see how I can apply some of the principles from this particular audio into my life right now. I listen to a lot of audios, but this one was one that I just knew that I needed, especially at this time in my network marketing career. And in my, just relationships, my relationships in my life with my family and friends and stuff like that. So if you want to know more about my personal development journey, you're gonna have to keep watching. So yeah, let's get into it. All right, y'all, let me just get into this and what kind of drove me to make this video, and what's going on in my life right now. So I keep making the same mistakes over and 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 over again, and I'm sick of it. I am sick of it. I am tired of being frustrated for not only disturbing my peace, but disturbing the peace of others around me. And just like, for the same stupid mistakes, same minuscule mistakes that, I've been making my whole life, because I'm moving too fast, and, I'm just not taking the time to think, and just, I'm just sick of it. I'm so hard on myself, and I'm tired of feeling disappointed. I'm tired of feeling frustrated because I just don't understand why I keep making the same mistakes. And instead of, getting in my feelings like I always do and just be like, why can't I figure it out? Okay, I'll just do better. Like, no, it's not working. It's not working, and something needs to happen. Something needs to change. And I don't care what it takes. I'm not giving up. Like, I am going to figure this out, because it's a part of growth. And instead of, getting all up in myself and, getting frustrated, like, I'm going to grow through this. I'm going to grow through it, and I'm going to figure this out no matter what it takes, no matter how long it takes. And today was like an actual tangible step that I took to really dive into why I keep making the same stupid mistakes, and, what am I going to actively do to make sure that these things don't happen, and make sure that, I am growing. Make sure that I am consciously, not even making the effort, consciously growing, and, just making sure that I'm better, not just for myself, but for the people around me, for, the people that I want to inspire and the people that I want to lead. Leaders have to lead themselves first. And that is, the truest statement that I've heard. You feel me? So, I mean, there's a lot of statements that are true. Anyways, let's just get into my notes from this audio. So Tony Robbins, Raise Your Standards. It's Tony Robbins, like, that's the guy. And so, the first thing that I got from this, and probably the most important thing for me, is you need to turn your shoulds into musts. When you must do something, you will, do whatever it takes. And for a very long time, I prided myself on someone being, or the type of person that, if I want something, if I truly want something, I know how to get it. Like, that's just, it's like in my nature. And, it gets me in trouble a lot of times, because that's a very prideful, thing. Like, I just know that when I want something, like, I will find a way to get it. I will find a way to make it happen. And, it's like a blessing and a curse. But, if I was like that with the things in my personal development journey, things would be a lot easier. I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you guys and, having to go through this, having to be frustrated and having to just really sit down and evaluate everything, because I'm just not like that with everything in my life. I'm really just like that with the things that I want, whether they're good for me or not. And it's something that really needs work. I need the work, and this is a part of the work. So turning those shoulds into musts. Like right now my thinking is, should I think before I speak? Should I think before I I don't know, should I slow down before I make decisions and get in my feelings? Or, just those things like that are shoulds to me right now. Like, should I do this? I know I should. And those are the conversations that I have with myself. I know I should probably just, not say anything, or I know I should listen to my mentor, but it's not a must. And it needs to be a must. And I think that is the biggest deterrent for me right now. Like, what is deterring me from that growth is these things are not musts right now, and they need to be musts. Like, I know the kind of person I am, and I want to grow. But how bad do I want to grow? Do I just want to grow to say that, I'm growing and I'm learning all this stuff? Or do I actually want better for myself? Do I actually want better for my life? And I do. And it really takes, for me personally, for me to step back and evaluate these things, look at them, so that way I can see what's going on and start taking action. And so, yeah, this audio, it's a good one. It's a great one, especially if you're in a position where, you feel stagnant and you feel like it's hard for you to change, or it's hard for you to develop better habits. Like, if you think that it's going to be hard, then it's going to be hard. And I don't think that this is going to be hard, especially because I am actively, tangibly taking steps to identify what is wrong. I've been aware of it, but let's identify let's get to the nitty gritty. I've been aware that I fuck up sometimes, and I do it often. Like, ask my mom, like, ask, anybody. Like, I have little fuck ups all the time. I'm a very clumsy person. Like, and these are things that are just like, oh, it's just me. And I was just driving home, and I was getting into that, like, mental, like, oh, it's just me. Like, I'm just like this. Like, why am I like this? And getting real frustrated and real worked up. And I was just like, no, I'm not just like this. Like, I am going to be better. I am better. I'm better than these little mistakes. And it just is going to take for me to really dive in and identify them and start working on them, actually working on them. I must work on them. And yeah, like, that is my number one. There's a bunch of other stuff that he goes into. What else? Like, there's just so many things, and it's all just about raising your standards. Like, to be a leader, leaders have higher standards. Their moral code is just, their principles, and my principles need to be my moral code, my standards for myself, for my life, not just in my business, not just in, my personal development, my mental, there's so many aspects of my life that I know I need to raise my standards, because I'm so used to this mediocre mindset, that broke mentality. I'm so used to it. So it's really, like, for me, it's just so important that I identify these things. And, I'm very analytical. Like, I just like to read, and I like to really understand details. So when someone tells me, like, just figure it out, or like, just it'll come, or something like that, I'm like, fuck, like, no, like, I need to be able to write it out, talk it out, A, B, and C, 1, 2, 3, like, what steps are we taking, like, taking notes and stuff like that. And it's just like these standards are things that I need to physically write down on a piece of paper, take it step by step, and you know, the aspects of my life that I know I need growth on, and I know that I need to work on them, and it's something that I need to see, and it needs to be tangible. And so listening to this audio really like created that foundation for me to develop my fundamentals, my fundamental principles, like how I want my business, the type of leader I want to be, the type of woman I want to be. And I've done this before where, you know, I kind of write down the qualities of the woman I want to be, and, you know, things like that. But how do you get that? Like, how do you get to that point? You raise your standards, and how do you know, live up to those standards? How do you start implementing those standards in your life? And it's all about turning those shoulds into musts. And so I'm probably going to listen to this audio like 3 more times, because it's just so real. It's so real. When someone really wants, when anybody really wants something, you're going to figure it out. You're going to figure it out. And it's just a matter of, you know, changing those limiting beliefs and really, you know, like, I can't even, I'm just like fired up right now, because I'm just not going to let myself, keep making the same mistakes. I'm just not going to let it happen. I'm not going to continue to get frustrated with myself. I know in me, I'm better. I know I'm better. So it's just a matter of doing those things, taking my shoulds and making them musts. And it's all mental. It's all like a mental game, but I'm gonna get it. I don't have any other option. I'm going to the top, and, you know, leaders are at the top, you know, influencers, people who make impact are at the top. And if I can't make an impact on myself, how do I expect to impact other people? So I think I'm gonna, you know, end it here. I need to slow down. I feel like I'm fired up. I had some coffee. So I just want to leave you guys with this. Like, what are some things that, you know, you want to change in your life? What are some ways that you want to be better and grow? How bad do you want them? And you know, like, what are you going to do to achieve those things? So that's like, I'm telling you what you need to do. You need to raise your standards, and, you know, hold yourself accountable, hold yourself to a higher standard, like me, like, not like me, but like let's do it together, because, you know, there's room for everybody. There's room for all of us to grow and be great. And, it's time. It's just time to really, you know, come into this, and, you know, really grow, like, grow as a person, as a leader, as a, you know, member of your family and your community. It's just the time. The world needs it now more than ever during this pandemic. So who's gonna lead us? Or who's gonna lead you? You need to lead you. So yeah, I'm getting in my feelings. So let me stop, and I'm gonna just go do some work. And I'm just grateful. I'm just grateful for the people in my life, and, you know, just for God. Yes. So thank you for watching this video, for just for the support. And if you like it, please subscribe to my channel. And yeah, that's it. I will see you in the next video.